Thinks he's so smart. Hey guys, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jason.
And this week we are in Traverse City, Michigan. As full-time RVers, when you pull into a town, sometimes you just pick up the vibe immediately and you go, yeah, this place isn't really for me, or there's not much to do here, or we're not really gonna like it. But Traverse City is not one of those places. We pulled into this town and we knew immediately that we were gonna like it. And even from the very small exploring we've done in the last 24 hours, this is right up our alley. They have craft breweries all over the place. It's on Lake Michigan, so it's gorgeous. And yeah, we're just really liking the vibe. The only thing we wish we had was warmer weather.
So we're here at Traverse City State Park, which, although it's a state park and it's very, very wooden and covered with trees, it's almost directly in downtown, which is very convenient. So no long drives to go to downtown to get food, to get anything. It is all right there, which is perfect for us. It is on this main highway right here, but just on the other side. Can't really see it, but all that white area right there is Lake Michigan, which is awesome. If only it was warmer.
Yes, they do have a pedestrian overpass that you can walk to right from the park, and they have a beach area right across the street. So this city park location is a prime spot. However, we do want to give you a heads up, if you have a big rig like us, we would recommend, we're in site 471, which is great. At 473 and 472 looks okay too for big rigs. The site does tell you when you're booking if you would be able to fit there or not. However, one thing that we got really lucky is we're in the front of the park, and there are a ton of trees with low-hanging branches, so we're so glad that we're in the front of the park and we didn't have to make a huge loop around the park to get to our site. It was easy in and it's gonna be an easy out, so keep that in mind if you want to stay here.
Once we got here, one of our neighbors actually told us about a bike trail that is connected to the park that goes for miles up and down the peninsula, and so we're going to take some of our new toys, which are right over there.
Yes. So we got rad power bikes, which are e-bikes, and we are so excited to test them out. So far, we've really only played with them and taken them about 3 miles total. So today will be their first real trip biking around the city. And we're going to be going on something called an ale trail that we discovered this afternoon at lunch. And it's basically different breweries where you can go get a stamp on a fake little passport. And at the end of it, if you go to all of them, you get a free glass. So I don't know if we will finish all of the breweries, but we are going to try our darndest while we are here.
All right.
Okay, calm down.
We made it to 2.
Oh my goodness. if you couldn't tell, we've made it to 2 more breweries. First one, can't remember the name, something bird.
Redbird?
No.
The icon was a redbird.
Right, but that's not what it was called.
Cool.
Anyway, not very good. Weren't impressed.
No.
This second place is called Monkey Fist. Can you see these bugs, by the way? They are everywhere and they're grossing us out.
Someone said it was midge season, like this is gonna be when the midge bloom happened at the lake, but we don't exactly know what midges are, so let us
we're
know.
assuming it's these gross little black bugs. Anyway, so this second place is called Monkey Fist and decent beers. I enjoyed mine. How about you?
Yeah, good beer.
Good. All right, well, we are now off to our third place for the evening, but we are also going to get some food there as well, and I think it's called North Point.
Yeah.
It's next place on the list. All right, guys, we stopped at Lake Michigan. Obviously, we still have our helmets on, but we had dinner. It was great. I didn't film anything in there. I forgot, but it was very good. And now we have about a 5-mile journey back home, which is no big deal with these e-bikes.
Yeah, they go about 20 miles an hour, so that'll be about a 15-minute journey.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, no problem. I think less than 15 minutes.
Also, you see how bright it is outside, and it is, that doesn't work. 9:20 p.m.
Yes.
So
we're watching a beautiful sunset, essentially. Well, we can't actually see the sun, but you know what I mean. On Lake Michigan. So it is absolutely beautiful here. I don't know.
love this city so far,
Yeah,
honestly.
we do.
Top 10.
Yeah, it's definitely bumped up into top 10. Let's see
Good.
if the next couple days it bumps up into top 5.
Ooh. All right, so let's head home and hopefully we don't freeze because it is like 50 degrees outside.
Okay, and that doesn't sound that bad, but when you're going like 20 miles an hour, my ears, they get so cold, it hurts. It hurts.
And we're from Los Angeles, so 50 is colder than we experience in our winter.
Yes.
Just remember that.
Yeah, so let's go home. We are getting some phenomenal weather today, which is, I feel, much deserved with how much rain we have put up with this last year. So we are going to take full advantage of it. But first, responsibilities. We are on the way to a vet appointment for Carmen. So we actually had a vet appointment 3 weeks ago for her. She got a couple shots that need boosters, so we found another vet further down the road in our path who could do the boosters for her, so that is where we're going today. I know our first stop isn't as exciting, but we are just gonna try and explore this beautiful city today and show you what we can, because once again, it's our last day here, but it's been pretty miserable weather, so.
Yeah, we've been tempted every single day with a beautiful view of this lake, but it's been 50 degrees outside. Not exactly lake weather.
It's been overcast, it's been on and off raining, so it is nice to see it's 70 degrees. When's the last time we had 70-degree weather?
California.
That's true. done with the vet, and Carmen did great. She got her booster shots. We dropped her off back at home so we could get out and do some exploring. But I wanted to tell you that we've done something that we've never done before in regards to mail. So we really needed some packages from Amazon, and since we're staying at a state park, they normally never accept packages, so they wouldn't where we are. There's no Amazon lockers, there's no like anything around where we could get it shipped. So Jason was looking for like an hour, and he finally called a campground that was 5 miles from us and asked if he could get our packages shipped there, and you know, he would pay them and you know, a holding fee or whatever. And so they said, sure, ship them here. We thought that was so nice. So that's where we are now, because the packages came in this morning, and I see him talking to the, I'm assuming, you know, the campground owner, and we have like 7 packages. So of course Amazon shipped it, every single thing in a different box. But I saw him like go to hand her a 20, and she just refused, like kept sticking her hand out the door. I can't actually see her face, but oh, and he just dropped a package on the ground. Very weird solution, but it worked out for us. Hey. Hey. I'm telling them about your weird solution for packages.
Yeah. I don't feel too great about it, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Did she decline the money?
She did.
Oh. So if you're in the area and you don't want to stay at the state park, which is by the lake 5 miles up, this place is called Ever-Flowing Waters Campground, and they're just getting ready for the season. You can see they're out mowing lawns and stuff, so it's cute. This is just the view from the car, but they have sights. I'll show you more on the way out.
Nice guy.
Yeah?
He asked if I fell down a oil well or something.
Why?
How could we afford to travel?
Oh!
I thought that was a very funny way of putting it.
If we fell down an oil well.
Yeah, just found it.
Just found it.
Look at this.
That's funny. But did he take your money?
He did. He said, I was thinking more around $5. And I said, no, you really helped me out. You're not a mail service.
Right.
So,
okay,
yeah.
I'm glad.
Yes.
Yeah, he looked a little reluctant, but nice couple.
Yeah, very nice.
Just had a delicious lunch at a little restaurant we found called Spanglish. It's very cute and very good. So I feel a lot better now that we've had some food.
Absolutely.
So it turns out that this restaurant is actually on the campus of an old insane asylum, which is right up our alley, and that is this building behind us, but it is quite large, so it goes in both directions and even like way back there. So it's a huge building.
Yeah, they've since converted it into shops and restaurants, and they have a history tour here, which we're not going to do, but I still read a little history. And apparently this was built in 1884, and the main superintendent who built it had this like psychology that beauty is treatment, and so he made sure every room had like a window so you could see outside, and then it was just a really cool looking building.
They had a policy of no restraints unless absolutely necessary. The hospital actually filled up rather quickly, so they built this entire building behind us in 3 years, and then they started building, what did they call them?
Cottages.
Oh, cottages. Around for additional patients. So, sounds like it was actually a pretty nice place to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, so they're still remodeling. There's a building over here that's like still being redone. But some of these other cottages, like the one we ate at today, Spanglish, used to be a cottage where they kept patients. So that's pretty cool. There's also a winery and cider tasting room called Left Foot Charlie right there. It's just a really nice place to be.
Yeah, it surprisingly doesn't have a spooky, creepy vibe, which I thought it would, but once we read the history about it, it actually really doesn't sound like a bad place to be. So, and there actually is the current day hospital is across the street right down there. So still a lot of medical staff around here, and pretty upbeat vibe. Where are we going next?
Don't know. Let's go find out together.
Okay. All right, so we've literally reached the end of the peninsula. We are on Highway 37, I believe. So there's a couple different peninsulas out here, but this one leaves right out of the middle of Traverse City, and it's about 20 miles, I believe. So we didn't think that we would drive all 20 miles, but the scenery was just so beautiful, and we just kept going, and the next thing you know, we're at the dead end sign. At the end of that road was a lighthouse, so we got out and explored. It's dog friendly, just not inside the Lighthouse Museum, but the entire surrounding property is.
Yeah, it's called Mission Point Lighthouse, but this peninsula just really gives you a great look at how massive Lake Michigan is, and you understand why they call it a Great Lake. So make sure if you're coming to Traverse City to make the drive up the peninsula to the Mission Point Lighthouse. You will not regret it.
And it's funny because some of the cherry blossoms that we're driving by do look like they're in full bloom, and then some of them are still green, so they haven't even bloomed yet. So I'm just thankful that we got to see some of the cherry blossoms in bloom, because they really are spectacular.
Yeah, they just kind of light up the entire roadside with the white pink color.
Yes.
All right, we're making one last stop before we head off the peninsula.
We are now at the Jolly Pumpkin, and we are going to go get our stamp before continuing today's adventures.
We're stopping by one last one here on the peninsula, which was way too far for us to bike.
I know, and then there's only 2 left after that. But
we're leaving.
Not gonna finish them today, yeah.
So if you're in the Traverse City area and you want to go to the last 2 breweries, comment down below and maybe you'll find yourself with an ale trail map.
Yeah, and only 2 breweries to go to.
So when you finish, you go back to the filling station and turn it in, and you get yourself a nice silicone pint cup, which if you're an RVer, non-breakable pint glass, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But this is a really cool thing to do, and it's a lot of them are available by water. So they have a kayak tour. Kayak?
Kayak?
They have a
Haven't had anything to drink today, by the way.
A lot of the breweries are by the water, so they have a kayak trail that can go to multiple of them, I think 6 of them, and a lot of them are accessible by bike, like we went. So Traverse City, you're shipping up to be top 4?
Yeah, I know, we were talking about it just now in the car. I don't know if it'll bump up to top 3 favorite cities, but it just might. Well, we were supposed to go to the sand dunes, but what's happening here?
Well, it's too nice of a day.
Well, the sand dunes would still be nice too.
Yeah, but there's a
were.
longer drive, so I had a little bit of extra time not outdoors.
Yeah.
And it's an outdoor day.
It was going to take us 2 hours to get there and back.
Yeah. But so I guess we're just going to have to come back to this area.
Oh, no.
For now, we're just going to go ride.
Yes. So we are on the hunt for some dinner, and yeah, that's about it, I guess.
And beers, since we're...
Why not? I mean, we're e-biking. I think that should be fine. All right, explain the situation.
So the situation is we went and we had sushi, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was not bad.
It was not bad, but it was overpriced.
It was overpriced. We're also used to LA sushi or New York and some
That
other
makes us
delicious...
sound so snooty.
Okay, sorry.
We're used to LA or New York sushi.
It's known that they have really good fish markets. That's all I'm saying. There is other good sushi. We've had other good sushi.
Yeah.
Well, this was delicious. It was overpriced, but it hit that spot where the sushi spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, moving the story along. We had sushi, and then we were thinking to ourselves, it doesn't get dark here till late.
Yeah, till like 10.
And we looked up the final 2 breweries that we talked about, and they were only a mile apart each, and then...
From where we were?
From where we were. So we just did one, Earth and Ales, and...
Yes, it's behind the water.
Out of...
tank.
So we're back here at Insane Asylum where we had lunch.
Yeah.
Which, if we would have known that this was here, we would have just stopped there earlier. I don't know what we were thinking. Anyway, So we have one more to go, and then we have to stop and pick up our award. And we just wanted to say sorry for those that have already commented down below to see if you can get the Ales Trails map. Because we are going to do it ourselves.
Yeah, we're going to finish it and we're going to keep it. But we're going to try and think of something else to give away. Yeah,
so don't worry. You're still in the giveaway. You're just not getting our map or our cup because it's going to be ours. This reminds me, we wanted to thank Wagon Master Rachel from the Michigan Rally. For telling us about the Insane Asylum.
Yeah.
She loved it here. She said she was raving about it.
Yeah, we have the same sense of humor. She knew that we love ghosts, so she recommended this place, and it just makes so much sense now. So thanks, Rachel, for the recommendation. All right, let's go to the last brewery. All right, guys, we did it. Where's the other one?
Oh, sorry, just back here.
I begged her for 2 because we only filled out 1 passport card, and she said it was fine. So we got 2 silicone.
Yeah, usually they tell you to fill 1 out each, and we didn't think we were gonna do it. So we were like, what's the point of carrying around 2? So absolutely recommend taking a bike. All of them are bikeable except for the Jolly Pumpkin.
right on the peninsula.
You could probably bike that, but it's a little far.
Also, I want to add, even though we've had a couple beers today, this was a great way to see the city. So I actually feel like this silly little Ales of Trails thing got us out exploring way more than we would have these past couple days here. So obviously, very cool way to see the city, and you get a cup at the end of it. It is 9:40 at night, which, as you can see behind us, the sky is still lit. So, but we are losing light, so we have about 3 miles left to go until we get home, which will be no problem on the e-bikes, but I still want to have a campfire because the weather is so good and I want to take full advantage of our time here. So, if we're gonna do that, we gotta leave now. Alright guys, we made it home safe and sound before it got pitch black, which was very nice. We had a great time, and as I said before, this Ale Trail actually really did get us out and exploring, and we saw different nooks and crannies of this city that we never would have seen otherwise. Different breweries took us to a completely different section of the city. So even though some of them were maybe a mile or two apart, again, like, it was just such a different area. The neighborhoods were so different. It was just a different vibe all around. I think it's safe to say, in my book, I don't know about yours, I think Traverse City jumped up to number 3.
Ooh. So we have Moab.
Yeah.
Savannah. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Traverse City. So
right.
Hot Springs and Traverse City are very, very close, but they're different.
Right. So if you've been to those 4 places, let us know and rank them in your opinion. And if you haven't been, those, no matter what, are our top 4, so you need to go to those 4 places.
So Google them
For sure.
and then rank them in what the 4 you would want to go to.
No.
Okay,
They have to go.
Yeah.
You have to experience those 4 cities yourself. We're obviously babbling, so that is definitely the beer, but we're going to go enjoy our fire, and after that, call it a night for our travel day to
Petoskey.
Also, I think this is the official kickoff to our summer type videos, so get used to a lot of mispronounced cities.
All right.
We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang. Bye guys. Sometimes you just, hold on. You do not get that in California. Our summers, I think the latest you're really seeing the sun.
Los Angeles, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, fine. Let's get technical
The
here.
real California.
Oh.
You're so stupid.
You're so stupid.
So, we've done almost the complete Ale Trail today.
Yes, he did not. They had a policy. Pollen just came right from my face. She's just wagging her tail. What do you think? Did you get splashed?
Yeah. Got my shoe wet.
Jumped up to number 3.
Ooh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Getting a little choked up.
Yeah. Oh my god.